Quad cameras are no longer the realm of pricey mid-range phones, and companies like Xiaomi are looking to cash in on the new smartphone bandwagon. The Redmi Note 8 is one of the most affordable smartphones that packs a quad camera. And despite a lackluster display, the new phone delivers the goods thanks to an incredible price-to-spec ratio and performance that is worthy of a mid-range phone. What's going on, guys? This is John Yaves, and this is our full review of the Redmi Note 8. We're used to companies cheaping out on the exterior of budget phones to save money, but thankfully, Xiaomi didn't go that route with the Redmi Note 8. The beautiful exterior design is protected with glass and not plastic, which makes the phone a little bit tougher than other budget phones in the same price category. The phone's overall design is quite different from its more expensive brother, the Redmi Note 8 Pro, with the phone sporting a flat back instead of a curved one on the more expensive device. The smaller size of the phone makes it easier to grip one-handed, so its flatter exterior isn't really a problem, though that camera bump is substantial, which is a little concerning. Controls are where they're supposed to be, and the phone uses a USB Type-C port that facilitates fast charging and data transfer. There's a 3.5mm jack thrown in as well, along with the ever-present IR blaster on top of the phone. There's no under-display fingerprint scanner on the Redmi Note 8, which means you'll have to settle with the physical fingerprint scanner instead. It's not a bad thing though, as the fingerprint scanner is pretty good, unlocking the phone quickly during its time with us. The biggest issue we have with the phone is the screen. The phone uses a Full HD Plus LCD panel measuring 6.3 inches with a water drop notch containing the 13 megapixel camera. Now, the display is a little lackluster, lacking vibrancy and visual punch, with colors looking muted, especially outdoors. It doesn't have problematic issues like terrible viewing angles, for example, but it's not as punchy or as vibrant as I would have liked. Now, moving on to the most important bit, the quad cameras on its rear. The Redmi Note 8 has an almost identical camera setup as the Redmi Note 8 Pro, with the only difference being the main 48 megapixel f1.8 Samsung ISOCELL GM2 main camera instead of the 64 megapixel one on the more expensive phone. As for the three other cameras, you're getting an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, 2 megapixel depth sensor, and a 2 megapixel macro camera. Images taken with the Redmi Note 8's cameras are pretty good, with the main camera taking great photos when there's plenty of light around. There's plenty of detail in photos, and dynamic range is spot on. The phone also has low light capabilities as well, though images came out with noticeable post-processing when taken via night mode. Wide-angle shots are good, though dynamic range is a little wanting. Selfie shots look good as well, and more importantly, they look natural, which isn't always the case with these phones. As far as performance goes, the Redmi Note 8 fares pretty well considering how much it costs. The phone is armed with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 665 processor and comes in a variety of configurations, with the most affordable variant coming in with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage, with options going up to 4GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. The Snapdragon 665 processor is plenty fast and had absolutely no problems with gaming, save for Asphalt 9, which is woefully unoptimized for the chipset. Aside from that small niggle, every other game that we tried with the phone, from Call of Duty to NBA 2K20 to PUBG Mobile, had zero issues whatsoever, making this phone a great choice for mobile gamers on a budget. Battery life for the Redmi Note 8 is pretty good as well, with the phone recording a 15-hour and 29-minute score on PCMark's battery benchmark. That's all thanks to the 4000 mAh battery, and if you manage to drain the phone down to zero, there's an 18-watt fast charging capability as well to get it back to the fight quickly. After all that's said and done, the Redmi Note 8 is a great buy at $7,990 if you're looking for a budget phone with a solid quad camera setup. Surprisingly enough though, the Redmi Note 8 has close competition in its price range thanks to the Realme 5. Armed with the same processor and a quad camera setup, the newest phone from the former Oppo sub-brand undercuts the Redmi Note 8 with its starting price of $6,990. The Redmi Note 8 though has the advantage of being the only phone with a quad camera and a 48 megapixel sensor at the sub 10,000 peso price point. Both phones are excellent choices, though if you want a device with good gaming capabilities and a solid set of cameras, the Redmi Note 8 pulls ahead slightly of the Realme 5 in that regard. Thank you very much guys for watching. This has been our full review of the Redmi Note 8. Please Like, subscribe, comment. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell. This has been John Nieves. Peace out, everybody.